इनको वापस करना था, हम इनको लेके आए थे तो यहाँ गेट खुला नहीं है।
ये तो कह रहे थे जब अंदर से कोई आदेश आएगा तो हम छोड़ेंगे।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The name Pakistan is derived from the word Pak or pure. But today, the napak face of Jinnah's Pakistan is revealed. It's a nation which shields and protects a terror mastermind like Hafiz Saeed, but it closes borders to its own hapless citizens who want to return home. That's right. Hafiz Saeed, the 26/11 and Pahalgam attack mastermind, has got now 4 times extra security than before. Pakistan gives him 24/7 protection by the army and the ISI. He even gets drone surveillance and high-resolution CCTV cameras in a 4-kilometer radius of where he is. Contrast this with Pakistani citizens who are today stranded in India. Why? Because their own country refuses to open the gates at Atari and take them back from India. You just saw how women, children and the elderly have been blocked at the Wagah border, disowned and dumped by their own country. But look at the irony of it all. Even in this, the opposition parties in India are calling India inhuman. National Conference patron Farooq Abdullah has joined the PDP chief, Mehbooba Mufti, in saying that the deportation of Pakistani nationals by India is a collateral damage of nafrat. But not one word against Pakistan for turning away their own citizens from the borders. Watch this hypocrisy over so-called human rights.
नफरतों का कोलैटरल डैमेज है। अब उस बेचारी 50 साल से या 45 साल से वो रहने वाली है, उसके बच्चे यहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं, सब कुछ है, उसको पाकिस्तान भेजा। ये क्या रास्ता है? ये इनह्यूमन रास्ता है। मैं नहीं समझता हूँ हमें इस हद तक जाना चाहिए।
ऐसी औरतें हैं जिनकी शादी 30 साल 40 साल पहले हुई है, उनका घर तो हिंदुस्तान है, वो तो अपने आप को हिंदुस्तानी समझते हैं, वो इस वक्त इस उम्र में कहाँ जाएंगे? कभी भी उन्होंने मुल्क के खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई नहीं की, कोई काम नहीं किया, और वो अपने आप को हिंदुस्तानी तस्वर करते हैं, वो अपने आप को पाकिस्तानी नहीं मानते हैं।
While India is carefully weighing its strategic and military options to crush the fountainhead of terror, watch how Pakistan feels only desperate prayers to God can save them from the wrath of India. Today, after Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir was trolled for fleeing Pakistan, their propaganda wing has released pictures of him claiming that he is very much around. These pictures resurfacing 10 days after Pahalgam, well, raising eyebrows, not just in India, but also in Pakistan. Incidentally, the top trend on X was Munir out, and this was trending not in India, but in Pakistan. Anyway, Pakistan Army claims that General Munir is at the Tilla firing range, but the Pakistani Defence Minister seems to have more faith in God to keep Indian forces at bay than the Pakistan Army. While Union Home Minister Amit Shah came out with the resolute statement, Modi unko chun chun ke jawab denge. Pakistan's Defence Minister has a prayer on his lips. Desperation showing right there. You decide.
कि कोई रूस ममालिक भी, इस खिते के ममालिक भी बड़ी ताकतें भी कि ये क्लैश की सूरत हाल जो है अवर्ट हो जाए। अल्लाह करे उनके कोशिशों से जो है तो भारत को जो है वो अकल आए।
हर व्यक्ति को चुन चुन कर जवाब भी मिलेगा, जवाब भी लिया जाए। ये नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार है, किसी को बख्शा नहीं जाएगा, किसी को बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। इस देश की इंच इंच भूमि पर से आतंकवाद को मूल समेत उखाड़ने का हमारा संकल्प है।
You heard the Home Minister Amit Shah. India has the intent and the political will to crush terror. But why are some in India calling us inhuman? Why are there no tears for those stranded at the border? Because Pakistan has disowned and dumped their own citizens? And what about the human rights report that Pakistan has just released yesterday in Pakistan, talking about the atrocities there? Well, are they blind to that inhumanity? So, ladies and gentlemen, the Motorola legitimate question that we are asking on the News Hour tonight: Vipaksh rights hypocrisy exposed? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP, Sushil Pandit, Kashmiri activist, Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate Aditya Gupta, spokesperson of the PDP, advocate Nilofer Masood, leader of the National Conference, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst, Abid Mir Magami, leader of the Congress party, also joining the debate. My first question, advocate Nilofer Masood, goes to you. So many tears for Pakistanis who haven't given up their Pakistani citizenship but want to stay in India, vote in India, who do not have the visa extensions as the law requires them to have. Why is there so much tears for them when they're not following the law of the land? And at such a time when Pakistan has shown absolutely no humanity to Indians. They've butchered Indians in Pahalgam. Yet you are having tears for Pakistan, and Pakistan doesn't have tears for their own citizens who are waiting at the Wagah border. They won't open their gates for them. What kind of misplaced priorities are these?
Navika, I think you have forgotten that Jammu Kashmir National Conference, who is presently leading the government this time, they were the first to condemn whatever happened on 22nd April 2025 in Pahalgam. They were the first to condemn, and they took preventive measures also. They helped out all the injured who were there. It was their moral duty otherwise also, and duty as government also. But at the same time, what Farooq Abdullah has said, you need to carefully listen to that. He has spoken about those citizens who have been here from last 50 years. According to our own Citizenship Act 1955, read with amended, this Citizen Act 2019, those people who have already been registered, they have got the citizenship of our India. So after 50 years, I'll quote one example, Mudassir, who sacrificed his life for our country, and one of the main chowks in Baramulla is named after him. His mother is also from Pakistan. Are we going to depute her also? Her son has sacrificed life for our country. And Amit Shah, being the Home Minister, he visited his house also. Second example, which I would like to quote here, is Seema Haider. When she came here, she was given a warm welcome by our own media people. Even you might have been running the story about the Seema Haider. So this is a human issue which needs to be seen as a human problem, not as a problem what we are discussing here. We are not saying that anybody who is involved in the matter don't do anything with that, but we are standing with our country. We are saying that whoever are responsible for the killings, they should be booked, and in fact stern action should be taken against them. Plus there are people who have come via Nepal.
Nilofer Masood ji, you know, I only want to tell you one thing. हालात अच्छे होते हैं तो ह्यूमैनिटी बाहर आती है. हालात ठीक नहीं हैं. Pakistan has given a wound to India so deep that this country has still not recovered from it. You seem to have recovered. Good luck to you. Great of you that you have recovered pretty fast, and you're now crying for Pakistan after wiping your tears for Indians who lost their lives. I want to tell you, I come from a family that was living in the Punjab of Akhand Bharat. When they left, they were butchered. I lost my aunts to the butchery of Pakistan. Humanity nahi dikhi thi. And Pakistan's humanity should be read in the report that was released by Pakistan yesterday. They have said that 5,000 people have died in police encounters. They have said that 5,000 people have been raped. Women have been raped. There are 400 people who have been mob lynched because of what Pakistan thinks is blasphemy. And in the middle of all this, you are saying India is inhuman and not Pakistan. Gaurav Bhatia, what are the priorities and what are we looking at?
So, Navika, first of all, let us have our priorities right. It's a situation where the Prime Minister has very categorically said that Pakistan will not be spared. जो आका है टेररिस्ट के उनको बख्शा नहीं जाएगा. And हमें पता है आका कौन है. When the time is such, we have lost lives of 27 Indians who were innocent and were brutally murdered. These people come and they can't stand with Bharat, India, but they can stand with Afzal Guru, Yaqub Memon, the terrorist, Burhan Wani. That is the shameful part. And I'm talking about Omar Abdullah, who thought Burhan Wani is a hero. Farooq Abdullah asking for China's help to restore Article 370. The larger point is today, the government and the army will decide who is a threat to our national security, and if any illegal immigrant is present in India and the government and the army feel the need to be deported, every citizen's duty is to stand with the government and illegality cannot be perpetuated. Second, we should also understand these illegal immigrants, they come here, they take fake ration cards, then they start voting. Why should these illegal immigrants elect government for us? Do they even have any love lost for our country, Bharat? Why should they get a right that is only reserved for a citizen of the country? And most importantly, the same case happened in Assam. There is a judgment of the Supreme Court, Sarbananda Sonowar. Very effectively it says three things. When illegal immigrants come to our country, one, they are a threat to national security, which we cannot afford, especially not after the Pahalgam terror attack. Second, they eat into the resources meant for the citizens of the country, the jobs that are meant for the youth of the country, the places where they will stay, land which is very important for the citizens. And third, they play with the cultural ethos of a place. They impose their own belief system, which we are not ready to take. So therefore I will say, वो टाइम अब चला गया, हम कागज नहीं दिखाएंगे और यहाँ पे जिहाद फैलाएंगे. ना कोई जिहाद फैलाएगा, कागज हर कोई दिखाएगा, जो इलीगल पाया जाएगा वो पाकिस्तान वापस जाएगा.
I want to ask Aditya Gupta. Aditya Gupta, I understand humanity and concerns on humanity at a time when things are normal. But what happened to humanity when Sikhs, when Hindus were being massacred in Pakistan? When the population of Hindus dropped from 13% to 2%, less than 2% in the last 75 years in Pakistan? And at that time, when the government brought in the Citizenship Amendment Act, everybody was up in arms. I want to ask, why today so much of humanity and humanitarian concern is coming out? उस वक्त तो कोई ह्यूमैनिटी नहीं नजर आई थी जब वहां के persecuted Hindus और minorities को लाया जा रहा था. Today for Pakistanis so much of humanity and so many of you are sitting and crying. Why?
First of all, very simple. It was that, see, there are people who are living here, there are women who are married here for 20, 30 years, they have children who have grown up. So we appeal to the government that she ensure that she at least there can be some kind of human angle be involved as far as they are concerned. And this is the thing that even BJP supports. BJP's own spokesperson, Mr. Ankush Sharma, has been the front-lining petitioner lawyer who has been getting stay orders in the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir against these deportations. Mr. Bhatia can confirm it. I can tell the petition number. His name is Munir Ahmed. Lawyer's name is Ankush Sharma. Gets a stay order. Now, there are stay orders on these grounds only, where the court has also found that, see, someone has been living here for 30 years, has a child grown up, and has nothing to do. There's no point of deporting that person. There's no, and on top of it, they had a valid LV LMV visas also available at that time. Out of 16, 14 categories have been removed. 2 categories of visa continue, but the government at the union territory government, while issuing the notices, has without applying any mind, has issued notice to even those who had a valid visa which has not been withdrawn. So the humanitarian angle was, Navika, very straight, that women who have been living here for quite some time, have their children grown up, you can express some kind of humanitarian look toward them. You cannot send a woman who has been living in India, who is eating here in India, living here, doing everything in India, has become a part of the India. Her children has been grown here. Students have been serving, as Nilofer just mentioned about the Baramulla Chowk. So that is he's a martyr. His mother has been, there's been reports that his mother also has been asked to leave the country, because she has come from Pakistan at the time of her marriage. Doesn't mean that you cannot just get down the complete perspective. And it is not about, right now we are again getting deviated by these things, Navika. What is important right now? There are 2 things. What will happen as far as what happened on 22nd, that has to be replied in the best possible manner by the government of India. 1. At the same time, the government of India.
So that is exactly what the government is doing.
Just a moment.
That is exactly what the government is doing. The government, the central government is in charge of taking care of security. It has decided to take this action, and this action routinely taken in foreign countries like UK, USA. People deport people based on security considerations, but here, यहाँ रोना ही नहीं खत्म होता. I want to.
No, there are 350 people who want to go out, who are to. What the whole debate, the whole discussion is about them. I just want to ask you one question, ma'am. 2,000 people standing, 27 of them died.
Ishkaran Bhandari wants to come in. Ishkaran Bhandari, please respond.
BJP say, how difficult is it for anyone to answer? No accountability to be said.
Navika ji, let us not mince words. It's a question to me, can I answer? It's a question to me, can I answer, please? Navika ji, let us not mince word. Sympathy towards Pakistani citizen is a crime against Indian citizens. These Rona Dhona ki kahaniyan hide the face of terror. Please remember what happened in Shaheen Bagh. The entire narrative was built how dadis are coming to protest, how kids are coming to protest. What happened in the end was Delhi riots. And that time, I admit, everybody was wrong because people kept on being logical, saying that CAA does not affect any Indian citizen. So why are people protesting? Now we get to know how many Pakistani citizens were living in India. Imagine how many Bangladeshi citizens are still living in India, and it is always a soft face, and there are always false flag operations. Ajmal Kasab came dressed as a Hindu. The minute you start carving out exceptions, everybody will say we come under that exception. Everybody will then try to approach the courts and say please examine whether we come under this exception or that exception, and that time will lead to other politicians coming and saying ab to itni der ho gayi Pahalgam ko, Kashmir Files is a fake story. Tomorrow Pahalgam Files will also be called a फेक स्टोरी. बोलेंगे कभी पूछा ही नहीं था कि धर्म क्या था, बोलेंगे कभी पूछा ही नहीं था कि आपकी आइडेंटिटी क्या है, आपको मारा ही नहीं गया था. It is all a propaganda done by people who will talk about Pahalgam Files. We have 2 solutions here. 1 second, please don't interrupt. We have to have 2 solutions very clearly. We have had stories coming out now how people got jobs in India, how people allegedly voted in India. Any government officer giving any, or politician arranging, facilitating any card of enabling a foreign citizen, Bangladeshi, Pakistani, etc., has to be prosecuted under terror offenses. Secondly, not only Pakistanis, this is the right time when there is no sympathy for any lobby wanting illegal citizens to stay in India. Round up not only Pakistanis but also illegal Bangladeshis, and we need to make our country safe. US sends people back in chains if it finds you are an illegal immigrant. It ensures you are deported whenever it can. We have to have the same policy if we are not ruthless now in national interest, and the government of India knows the
question also goes to you, Mr. Gaurav Bhatia. Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, how were these people living for so many years? Why did the security apparatus not weed them out? Yes. You know, there are people who are citizens of Pakistan voting in India. There are people who are actually part of the Jammu and Kashmir police. Somebody is a wife of a CRPF Jawan who's a Pakistani. What's going on?
So, Navika, I will definitely answer your question on how things are being corrected by the Modi government. But first, look at the double standards of the National Conference and PDP spokespersons. They talk about Citizenship Act. They're not even aware that even the NRC register is a part of the Citizenship Act. And they said NRC should not be implemented. Now the PDP spokesperson, waxing eloquence here, should also answer Article 370 abrogated as per the Constitution of India. But Mehbooba Mufti said कि तिरंगे को कांधा देने वाला कोई नहीं होगा. So much of love for the Constitution and the law of the country. So when it suits you, you like the law of the country. When it doesn't suit you, you try to say that we would not follow the law. Second, human rights. What about the human rights of Rifleman Aurangzeb, who was murdered during the holy month of Ramzan? Or Captain Aditya, who tried to save his people and army persons when there were stones being pelted at him. And all these people came out supporting the stone pelters. So please leave the situation to the army and the government. This is the need of the hour. Be an Indian first, and we will talk about humanity later. If they couldn't see humanity and they brutally murdered Indians, it is time to give them a befitting response and let the government do that. Now answer your question.
Vivek Srivastava, where is the problem at looking at this issue from the lens of security? Every country does this. US has deported Indians. There are people who are deported from other countries like UK, from European countries. Nobody sits from political parties in those countries to sit and cry for those who do not have the proper documentation. Why are Indian opposition parties always having a soft corner for everybody who's wronging India? I want to ask you this. Pehle kaha Pahalgam, terrorism does not have a religion. Of course there was a religion in this case that was brought in. Then today it is deportation, which is inhuman. What do you want?
No, I mean, if you had to deport people, you should have followed a consistent policy for the last 10 years. Now you are doing a knee-jerk reaction. अब आप सो के उठे अचानक पहलगाम हो गया. अब क्या करें देश को कुछ तो दिखाना है. चलो भाई इनको राउंड अप करके भगाओ यहाँ से. I mean, क्या 80 साल के बुड्ढों से इनको सिक्योरिटी का एक थ्रेट हो रहा है. 4 साल के बच्चे, 5 साल के बच्चे, 3 साल की बच्ची, उससे इनको सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट हो रहा है. कोर्ट्स तक कह रहे हैं कि जो आदमी 30-40 साल रह गया, 25 साल रह गया, यहाँ पे रह रहा है, काम कर रहा है, आप कर क्या रहे हैं? ये इनह्यूमन है और ह्यूमन राइट्स कमीशन के बिल्कुल वायलेशंस में है. यूनाइटेड नेशंस का ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन की गाइडलाइंस के बिल्कुल खिलाफ है. आप जो कर रहे हैं वो गलत कर रहे हैं क्योंकि आपने देश को मिसमैनेज किया है. जब आपके पास कोई उत्तर नहीं है तो यही सब करिए. और माय एस्टीम्ड फ्रेंड गौरव भाटिया, सर विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू यू, डिसीजन सरकार लेती है हमेशा. फौज सिर्फ एडवाइजरी है. आर्मी इज नॉट सपोज टू टेक द डिसीजंस वेदर द वॉर विल हैपन और इट विल नॉट हैपन. इट विल ओनली एडवाइज द गवर्नमेंट ऑन द लेवल ऑफ इट्स प्रिपरेटेडनेस. तो यहां मत सिखाइए. आप एक्शन लीजिए. आप विदेश मंत्रालयों में जाइए, आप अन्य देशों से बात करिए, आप यूनाइटेड नेशन से बात करिए. सारी ऑपोजिशन पार्टीज आपके साथ खड़ी हैं. लेकिन अगर आप इस तरह का ड्रामा करेंगे जिसमें मजलूमों के ऊपर अत्याचार करेंगे, हम इसका समर्थन नहीं करते. ये आप देशभक्ति दिखाने के लिए जो कर रहे हैं ये गलत है.
अच्छा ये बता दीजिए, 26/11 के बाद आपने कब अटैक किया था? आफ्टर 26/11, when did the UPA government of which you were a part, when did they respond to Pakistan? Can you please tell me the date? I'm quite forgetting it.
हाँ,
बता दीजिए जरा.
very clearly UPA, सुन लीजिए मैडम, आप 70 साल जो नॉन बीजेपी सरकारें रही हैं, जब एक्शन लेना था लिया. यहां लाकर
नहीं, आप मुझे डेट बता दीजिए ना. 26/11/2008 के बाद when did you counter Pakistan? Can you give me the date? Can you give me the date, Vivek Srivastava? Can you give me the date?
सुन लीजिए, I will give you the dates.
Tell me.
I'll give you the dates. I have the dates. You take the dates.
Okay,
for
tell
70 years, listen to me, 10 seconds. 70 years on the issue of Kashmir, India said it's a bilateral problem. Pakistan said it's a multilateral problem. Let the United Nations come in. पूरे विश्व ने भारत का साथ दिया क्योंकि हमारा ह्यूमन राइट्स का.
I am asking you, after 26/11/2008, when did the UPA government give a befitting reply to Pakistan? Give me the date. 70 years की हिस्ट्री मैंने आपसे नहीं पूछी है.
के सामने
मैंने नहीं पूछी 70 years. 2008, 26/11. Sushil Pandit. You know, is Vivek Srivastava sitting here to con the nation, and will this con game carry on from the opposition forever?
Thank you, Navika, for having me on the show. There is an entire cabal that identifies itself as Vipaksh, as opposition, and their only job today is to give cover fire to all those who are a threat to national security. This is the bottom line. Starting from Kashmir itself, National Conference used to have an MP in Baramulla who was also the Speaker of Kashmir Assembly before he became a Member Parliament. On the floor of House in Kashmir, he shouted Pakistan Zindabad. On the inaugural rally for his campaign in Lok Sabha elections 2019, he shouted Pakistan Zindabad. And he continued to remain the honorable member of National Conference. This is how they pander to their Pakistan constituency. Coming to PDP. PDP has a document still relevant, formally released, which says we should have open borders with Pakistan. What are you talking about? Sending citizens back. They say they should come and go freely. They say we should have Pakistani currency prevalent in Kashmir. They said we should have joint management of Kashmir with Pakistan. We should have shared sovereignty in Kashmir with Pakistan. Can you believe, Navika? This is their official line. This is their manifesto. It is called self-rule document of PDP. You expect them not to give cover fire to Pakistan? This is their reality. Now comes to left. Left ruled Bengal for more than 3 decades. Initially in the 80s, they used to have a speaker called Kalimuddin Shams. He was from Forward Bloc. He was part of the left front. His day job was to regularize infiltrators as Indian citizens. He would arrange ration cards for them. He would arrange passports for them. He would arrange all kinds of documentation into electoral rolls. That is how they kept winning. They nurture their constituency. Pakistan in India is the constituency. Is a voting constituency, is a political constituency, and that is why they stand by it every time without fail.
Vote bank ke liye you will sell the nation, Vivek Srivastava, and then you will give us your preachings.
इनके पास कोई नहीं हमसे बड़े राष्ट्रवादी कोई नहीं है. We are honest people and we support our nation. हम जाकर के मुकाला नहीं करवाते. 80 साल की वृद्ध महिलाओं को लेकर के बच्चों को लेकर के खड़े रहे हो. ये भारत का भविष्य नहीं है. ना इससे भारत का मान बढ़ेगा. और सच झूठ मत बोलो. डॉक्यूमेंट है तो बताओ.
They supported the partition of India in 1946. They continue to support the vivisection of India.
You supported the Chinese in the 1965 war. What are you talking? What are you talking about, Vivek Srivastava? But let me get in Abid Mir Magami. Abid Mir Magami of the Congress. My question to you is, Kashmir is part of India. Now, Kashmir will decide what the national policy on security will be. Will they decide that, Pakistanis should not be deported back? Will the government take those decisions, or do politicians and political parties of Kashmir want to take those decisions?
Thank you. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
मोदी सरकार हमला को बेवकूफ बनाना बंद कीजिए करे. 19 में पुलवामा हुआ, हमारे 40 जवान शहीद हुए. तब क्यों नहीं स्टेप लिया गया? क्या सरकार पहलगाम जैसे इंसिडेंट का वेट कर रही थी, इसलिए इनको नहीं डिपोर्ट किया गया? देखो, सरकार आज लोग शहीद किए गए पहलगाम में, उसके बदले सरकार नेस्ट अकाउंट बैन करेगी, यूट्यूब चैनल बैन करेगी. क्या देश की जनता यही मांग रही है? यूट्यूब चैनल, नेस्ट अकाउंट. देश की जनता जवाब मांग रही है सरकार से. अगर ये इंसिडेंट हुआ, देश की सरकार
वो आप तय करेंगे, और will the army decide that? Will the defense forces decide that? We have a very bad connection with you, Magami. But respond to him, Gaurav Bhatia. He says, why was this decision not taken when Pulwama happened? As if they would have supported you then.
See, Navika, these people come here to discuss even without knowing the facts. You know, after Modi ji took reins as the Prime Minister of the country, the deportation process started. And there were petitions, writ petitions filed in the Supreme Court in 2016 and 17, which are still pending. And in many cases, the Supreme Court intervened and stayed the process. Having said that, we must know one thing, that all these illegal immigrants entered due to the policy of the Congress government, especially in Assam also. More than 2 crore. You know, Bangladeshis and illegal immigrants, they entered India because they were porous borders and Congress thought that these are their future vote banks. But Vivek Srivastava said one thing very objectionable. You asked him after 26/11, when did the UPA government respond? He said, we did respond when it was required. So if India lost 100 plus lives, he thought that it is not important for India to respond, even when the then Air Chief Marshal Fali, whom he major, was seeking permission from the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji, and he wasn't given a free hand like Modi ji is giving to the army and the armed forces. And one thing, Vivek bhai, I'll tell you, don't be with the Chinese. Nobody has forgotten how in 1962 war, the left said, don't donate blood for the soldiers of India. We stand with China. That was the official position of your party. We are hanging our heads in shame that we have a party like yours.
Well, I want to get in. I want to get in Aditya Gupta. Aditya Gupta, the question tonight is, have you even read the Pakistan Human Rights Commission's report? It says, the report has said that the 2024 elections were completely rigged. It says 2,500 people were killed in militant attacks. It says in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, there were 5,000 people who have been killed in police encounters. 379 enforced disappearances have taken place. Are you going to teach us about humanity without reading the report of Pakistan?
Navika, do you really believe that we even give a damn about what Pakistan Human Rights Commission writes about? That's utter nonsense. See, if you have to understand it, you have one enemy. And that is our neighbor. That's Pakistan.
So what do you care about?
The country.
You give a damn about Pakistan, you give a damn about the decisions of the government. What do you give a damn about?
I'm telling you. We express our concern about those women who have come here on a valid visa 30 years back, married, have children here. We are talking about them. And Mr. Gaurav Bhatia has very candidly talked about what happened in 2011. I'm asking you one simple, Mr. Bhatia, ऐसे आवाज कटेगी, मैं बोलता हूँ फिर आप बोलें.
He said that India should engage in talks with Pakistan. How dare he?
Who said? किसने कहा?
This is a sharp
22 अप्रैल के बाद किसने बोला? किसने बोला 22 अप्रैल के बाद?
आपके अपने प्रेसिडेंट ने, नॉट योर्स, पीडीपी नहीं, कांग्रेस की बात कर रहा हूं. कांग्रेस.
हाँ तो फिर गलत आदमी से सवाल पूछो ना भाटिया साहब. हाँ तो गलत आदमी से सवाल पूछो ना.
हाँ नहीं, आपसे पूछा नहीं, मैंने कांग्रेस के ही
अलायंस पार्टनर्स तो आप हैं ही.
नॉट यू.
आदित्य गुप्ता इतना क्यों बुरा बना रहे हैं? अलायंस तो है ना आपकी.
Alliance of what? Is there an election? Are we talking about? We are talking about 22nd April. I think some kind of shame we should all have, bend our heads down. See, we are talking about 22nd April. We have to be united as a country. Now you're telling me that, see, you're trying to...
oh my God. And now you're going to preach we have to be united as a country. Ishkaran Bhandari, when the country is taking a decision of deportation, who is singing in a different voice? Who is speaking in a different voice? Can you please explain to Mr. Aditya Gupta?
Navika ji, yes. Navika ji, but Navika ji, it's a question to me now, please. Navika ji, see the hypocrisy of last... Navika ji, now 1 second, please let me answer. Navika ji, please see the hypocrisy of last 11 years. It is beautiful in its shamelessness. 11 साल से we are hearing Muslims are not safe in India, lands are not safe, their culture is not safe, their practices are not safe, their lives are not safe. And a nation made for Muslims, Pakistan, the Muslims from Pakistan are crying to stay in India. If this doesn't expose the entire political hypocrisy of last 11 years that Pakistan created for Muslims, Muslims from Pakistan want to stay in India, you will understand the games and the sympathy cards which are played over the last 11 years. That needed to be highlighted here.
Well, questions coming in from our viewers tonight on Your Voice. T. Venkatesh asking this question. Why a separate Muslim nation where it cannot accept its own citizens? Shiva Prakash, India is not a dharamshala. Where else will Pakistani national goes if not back to Pakistan? Would you want to answer that question, Nilufarji?
I think so many things have been spoken about the national conference. We need not to whitewash the stand which the government and in fact the people of Jammu and Kashmir have taken after the terror attack. I don't know where these arguments put forth by the BJP spokesperson is taking we people. We need to stand with the country and we are not against the illegal migration. We have to be very clear about this point. Those people who don't have the proper documentation, let them be deported. We're talking about those females who have been married here from last 50 years, who have children here. You are dividing the families. You are dividing the relations. In the garb of the terror attack, I don't know who are the main culprits. Catch them, go, and why don't we strike those people who are responsible for all this? Why we are taking this argument to some other thing? I don't understand that.
Why don't you respond to this question?
We are standing with you people.
What do you mean, you people? No, what do you mean by you people? Isn't this our country? Are you not also part of this country? What do you mean by you people? And why do you always say people of Jammu and Kashmir? Aren't they Indians as well? Aren't they Indians as well? Sushil Pandit, isn't this identity actually a problem? Because they will always say people of Jammu and Kashmir help the tourists. Aren't they Indians as well? And weren't the tourists Indians? Sushil Pandit.
Needs to be.
No, we should also call out, Navika ji, we should also call out the hypocrisy and the treachery in claiming that they stand with the victims of 22nd April. They say that our sympathy marches, our candlelight marches should be taken seriously on face value.
How can you
When the chief minister, as soon as action starts against the terror suspects, he says, please don't target innocents. Look at his tweet. Look at his tweet 3 days back. He starts championing the cause of so-called innocents when the action starts against terror suspects. This is the hypocrisy of their sympathy for the martyrs of 22nd April. This is their fake crocodile tears for the victims, Hindu victims of jihadi violence.
Also a question coming in from our viewer Vasant Kumar. If Farooq Abdullah has so much love for Pakistan, why doesn't he go there? Shankar Venkatraman asking the question, do we really need leaders like Farooq and Mehbooba in India? Rohan from Bengaluru, before targeting Pakistan, should we fight opposition parties first? These are questions coming in from our own viewers. And ladies and gentlemen, this is India. When identification of people is done on the basis of the fact that India is different from Jammu and Kashmir. People from Jammu and Kashmir come and help the terrorists, help the tourists. Well, it's not about helping the tourists. It is actually about helping Indians. When these cries for saving the innocents begin, you begin to ask the question, where do their sympathies actually lie? When the tears of the families of those 28 victims have still not dried up, are we already singing the song for those who are actually rightfully belong to Pakistan? That's the question people are asking.